Life Uncensored with Tiffany. It's Tiffany.
It's Mom!
Welcome to Let's Talk About Life Uncensored with Tiffany, the podcast dedicated to embracing growth, discovery, and who you are as a person. I'm your host, Tiffany, and today we're diving into a topic that I believe is absolutely crucial to live a vibrant and fulfilling life. Why trying new things as you get older isn't just a good idea, it is a fantastic idea. So just do the thing. One of my new things is this podcast and YouTube channel. Please be gracious with me as I fumble through this and try to find the best way to navigate this new world I'm in. But here we go. You know, it's a common misconception that as we age, we should settle into routines, stick with what we know, and generally just slow down. And while there's certainly comfort in routine, it's also a real danger in letting it become a rut. The truth is, our brains, our bodies, our spirits thrive on novelty, challenge, and the thrill of the unknown. Think about it. When we were kids, every day was an adventure. We were constantly exploring, learning new things, falling down, but we got right back up. The innate curiosity doesn't just disappear when we hit a certain age. It might get a little dusty, but it's still there, and it wants to be rediscovered. So, why is it a good thing to try new things as we get older? Let's break it down. First, it's incredible for our brains. Our brains are amazing organs. They thrive on new connections. When you learn a new language, pick up an instrument, try a new dance class, I've done that, or even just take a different route to the grocery store. I've accidentally done that. You're literally building new neural pathways. This helps improve memory, cognitive function, and can even delay the onset of age-related cognitive decline. It's a mental workout, but your brain loves it. Trust me. Secondly, it combats stagnation and boredom. Let's be honest, life can get a bit boring if we let it. We go to sleep, we wake up, we go to work, we come home, we eat, we run to sports. Sometimes we run to sports, then we eat, and then it's back to bed, and it's the same thing day in and day out. Trying something new injects the shot of adrenaline and a sense of purpose and a renewed interest in the world around us. It gives you something to look forward to, something to talk about, and even something to grow from. Our bodies, our minds, our souls, we just want to keep growing. As people, we're never okay with just being as is. We want to learn something new. We want to grow. We want to experience new adventures. Thirdly, it boosts your confidence and your self-esteem, and that is huge in itself. There's nothing quite filling the feeling of accomplishment, something you'll never Thirdly, it boosts the confidence and self-esteem. Your confidence and self-esteem. There's nothing quite like feeling the sense of accomplishment after doing something you never thought you could. Whether it's mastering a new recipe, hitting a golf ball straight, or in my case, hitting a golf ball at all. Just learning how to knit or acquire a new skill. It could be truly anything. It's going to add to your sense of worth and capability. It reminds you that you are still capable of learning, of growing, and of achieving. And like I said before, our bodies crave that. Speaking of new growth and trying new things, helps you connect with others. Sometimes as parents and adults, we get stuck in those daily routines that we don't, the only people we usually talk to are going to be our coworkers or people within, that you see between work and home. In my case, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so unless I go and sub or do something different that day, I am by myself and I don't have any connection with others. And I'm realizing how important that is. So think about joining a book club, a hiking club, a pottery class, if you were to join those things, you are instantly surrounded by people who have something in common with you. Those new connections could lead to wonderful friendships, expand your social circle, combat the feelings of isolation that can creep up on us. It did to me because, like I said, I was a stay-at-home mom, and unless I purposely left my house, it was usually for an errand, or it wasn't a place where I can make those connections with people. And I realized that I was truly, truly missing that. Of course, I have my husband and my kids, and they're amazing, but learning a new skill helped me develop those new relationships with other people, and it has been such a great experience for me. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, trying new things keeps life exciting and full of purpose. It reminds us that there's always more to discover, more to experience, and more to be grateful for. It's about embracing the richness of life and squeezing out every drop of joy that we can from this life of ours. We only get one. So what does trying something new look like? For everybody, it's going to be different. It doesn't have to be skydiving or something crazy like that unless you want it to be, because I will go with you. I am definitely wanting to skydive. It's definitely on my bucket list. But that's not something that I can do every day. But it's definitely something I want to try. But anyways, you can learn something like a new phrase in a different language, or a whole different language if that's something that interests you. Try learning to make a different type of cuisine. Taking an online course in a subject that fascinates you outside of maybe something you've had to learn to get a degree or something. My husband and I both just finished getting our bachelor's degrees, and we just actually today applied for our master's programs. So that's going to be something we get to do together, and that's going to be stressful, but it's going to be so much fun. You could start a new hobby like painting, photography, gardening. I've been able to keep some plants alive for over a year. Yay me! Usually they do not last that long. This is the longest I've ever kept plants alive, and now the kids say our house looks like a jungle. I don't think it's quite there yet, but doesn't mean that I don't have goals. You can volunteer for a cause that you care about. You can explore a new park in your neighborhood or in the town that you live in, or even your state. A lot of us don't take advantage of everything we have offered in our states because we're just here, so we don't think, oh, I should go look at it. We want to go to different states, and that's fine and well, but take a day trip to the mountains where we live, or just different things to try and get more acquainted with your area. Pick up an old hobby. Like, say you wanted to try knitting and it didn't work out. Try it again. And if it doesn't work out, move on. Good job. You tried it, but now you know it's not your thing. Or keep it to the side and then you can try again in a couple of years. You can try things and not necessarily fail, but not be the best at it. But that's okay, because life isn't about being perfect. It's just about living the best life that you can. So keep trying to knit that sweater if you can only knit a straight line. But if it's something that excites you or brings joy to your heart, don't stop. Like I said, I started taking a dance class. At first it was to get closer to my daughter. Because I played basketball, I didn't have a dancing background. I used to like going to the clubs and dance and stuff, but I never had any like formal dance training. So when she would come home, I didn't really know, when she would tell me she learned a new move or something, I really didn't know what she was talking about. So I kept thinking, okay, well, I'm going to try some dance classes. I'm going to try a dance class. But then I would talk myself out of it, because I kept thinking, well, these people probably have been dancing forever, since they were 3. I have no clue what I'm doing. I basically just talked myself out of it for about a year. Until one day the director at the studio was like, hey, come take this class with me. And I did it, and I fell in love that day. I just kept taking class after class after class. And I ended up taking ballet and modern and sassy jazz, and I even tried tap. So much fun. Just to walk around and even just make the noise in the shoes is so much fun. It's brought so much joy into my life, and I have a different community that I wouldn't have had I not tried this. And I was stealing this opportunity from myself because I was overthinking it. I kept thinking I wasn't going to be good enough, and that is something we all have to just stop doing to ourselves. You are good enough. You are going to be able to, okay, so I didn't walk out on the floor and I wasn't like doing grand momos from day one on the perfect form, and I still don't. But it's fun being able to go in and learn and still try every time I go in and get better. And now that's the challenge I have for myself, is just to get better and get better and get better. And even at 39, I'm thinking maybe one of these days I'll end up on point shoes. Who knows? But it's just taking the chance, and you have to be able to do that. And I did. And everybody at this studio, from the day I walked into one of those classes, just welcomed me and was so open, and I never felt any kind of judgment. At 39, I performed in my first dance recital. Like, who would have thought? If you would have said, hey, 14-year-old Tiffany, are you going to dance? And I would have told you no. But being 39 and being able to participate in a recital and be backstage with my daughter and just experience what she goes through every time she has a recital was so fulfilling. And being able to see her go on the stage, and right before she would run out there, she'd tell me, Mom, like that she was just getting so nervous, and just being able to encourage her right before that moment was just nothing can beat that. It's gotten to the point where her and I have decided that we want to audition for our studio's version of the Nutcracker, and hope that we can end up being in a scene together, so we're on the stage together. And I just know that would even be like the cherry on top, is being able to be up there with her. And that all just started from me taking the chance to, it wasn't even me taking the chance, it was somebody saying, let's do this, and me just saying, okay, let's do this. And I don't ever regret saying yes. And you won't regret saying yes. Like I said, even if it's something that you're not going to be the best at, which is hard for me because I always want to find, how can I progress? How can I be better? What's my next step at being, I'm competitive. So it's like, what can I do to move on? What can I do next? For me, it was, what can I do next? It was get out of your own way. That's what I could do. Get out of my own way and just do the thing. So trust me when I say the possibilities are endless, and your only limit is your imagination. If you feel like you are stuck in a rut and you don't have any idea where to start, you're like, you know what? I don't have anything that really intrigues me right now. Go to agewell.org, and they have a wealth of articles, tips, ideas, and different things specifically geared towards promoting active and fulfilling aging. Now, I don't want it to sound like we're like, I'm 39. I am not by any means, ready to stop living life, but it's hard sometimes when we start getting in our kids' bubbles and we're helping them live their best life. Like, what are we going to do to live ours? We still have our lives to live. But agewell.org, it's a great place to go. It's a wonderful place to get inspired and find practical advice for embracing new experiences. So just go check it out. And if not, just Google, what's there to do in my area for 39-year-olds? What's there to do in my area for enter your age here? Or just search for, hey, dance classes near me. If you don't want skydiving near me, just Google is at our fingertips. So use it. So I'm going to end this with a challenge to you. What are you going to challenge yourself to do? What is your new thing going to be in the next week, the month, the year? Do not overdo it. Do not overthink it. Don't be me. Just pick it and do it, and move on if you don't like it. Don't overthink it. I do that, and I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. Just pick something that sparks a tiny bit of curiosity and take the first step. You might be surprised where it leads you. That first step might not be your thing, but you might meet somebody there who's like, hey, have you tried this? And it could just snowball from there. You could end up meeting somebody who's like, oh, I really don't like this either. Let's go find something else. And then you end up making a lifelong friend off of something that you didn't even like doing in the first place, but you wanted to give it a shot. You will be so surprised. But just remember, age is just a number. Curiosity, growth, and the willingness to explore are timeless. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep living life to its fullest. And remember, just do the thing. But until next time, go find yourself.
Please follow me on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps me out.